The story of Blackbeard. I heard this story when I was in 4th grade by a teacher of mine. The story goes, there's an old house in downtown New Bern, right on, I believe it's right by the river. Supposedly Blackbeard himself, from the Queen Anne's Revenge, came up the Neuse River. He had a somewhat secret treasure, and he buried it within somewhere of the town of New Bern. Now, the other half of the story is he was married or had this girlfriend who lived in New Bern. He supposedly was deeply not in love with her, but he thought a lot of her. He ended up telling her where this treasure was, and long story short, he ended up hanging her, and he hung her within the house that she lived in. Now the rumor is on Halloween, you can still see her hanging from and going side to side with her body.
But there's a lot I wanted to say, but I don't need to. On that night, I had a vision. I saw diving boards, canoes, sailboats, swings. And to tell the truth, I tried to build my dream. And we started cleaning up a little bit down here. There's no pier, no nothing down there. And the more we cleaned it up, the more kids come. The more we worked on it, the more they come. I loved it. See the kids have a good time and enjoy themselves. A little kid was crawling up on the pier and he said, boy, that was fun. And I would sit back and try to figure what else I could fix for him. And all along, the little kid would say, well, why don't you go swimming? I said, well, I do. He said, I don't see you go swimming. I said, well, you know, when you went off the swing a while ago? He said, yeah. How about the diving board? Yeah. I said, well, I crawled right inside of you. And when you went, I went. But I didn't get wet.
Was coming in off the Neuse River and got into the no-wake zone, so I had slowed down considerably. I looked off to the side and there's a gentleman out there fishing, and I could tell that he had hooked into something big, because I mean he was just cranking for all he was worth, and he was facing away from me on the far side of the boat. Well, he brought this fish in, and it was huge. When he picked it up, he had to use both hands. And you could tell he was just as proud as he could be, and he wanted somebody to see that he was out there. So I went and motored over to him, and he turned around and had this big, huge grin on his face, and all of a sudden his face just went completely white. And I said, hey, what's up? What'd you catch? Well, I got this fish. What's the problem? Well, I've already caught my limit. Would you like to have this fish? And I told him, I said, no, I really don't want it, but I think the river would really like to have it back. So I would really appreciate it if you would put it back.
There are certain roles that men and women would really like to do. And one of those is Big Daddy in Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. And so I went down to the New Bern Civic Theater and I auditioned for it. And I got the part. And I had a great time doing it. During the production of Big Daddy, of course, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof is set in the Mississippi Delta. And here I am, a Yankee, playing Big Daddy. But I am an actor. So I put on this very, very thick Southern accent and started talking like a lot of the people around here. Well, it turns out that my sister-in-law was in the audience one night with a doctor. She works at the hospital. And they were watching the play, and the doctor turned to her and he said, I can't imagine how they got a Southern boy like that to do this part. And my sister-in-law looked at him and said, that ain't a Southern boy, that's a Yankee.
New Bern has become what I envisioned it to become. It's not what we see today is not what it was. 25 years ago, there was a group of us that met down at the Holiday Inn and kind of formed a visionary group, and we decided what we wanted to see New Bern look like. And believe it or not, it became that vision. And New Bern didn't just happen. But what we've got here today is, and it's all been done by private enterprise. So New Bern has grown to become the place with with bars and restaurants, and to form to have a restaurant downtown New Bern. All you had to do back when I was a kid was have a deep fat fryer. You cooked your bread, shrimp, your fish, whatever you needed, maybe a grill. But today it's changed a lot.
If my wife lived here in 20 years, she would be pleased. Right now, she's a little bit unhappy that we don't have enough shopping for her, and I keep telling her, be patient, it's coming, it's coming. So in 20 years, she should live and be well. She will have a lot of places to shop in New Bern.